Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking how in the world do you launch a podcast, and is it even worth it? Should I even go down this path, Cortez? And the answer is a resounding yes. I'll just give you my own personal story, ladies and gentlemen. Um, since I came online, I have been doing some form of podcasting to grow my business. The reason that if you're watching this on the Financial Health Mentor page, on Facebook, you'll note that I have over 120,000 followers on this page. Why? Because of video podcasting, because of consistent content every day. This is my fourth podcast. I started with Talking Money in the Morning. If you go on iTunes and search for Talking Money in the Morning Live, you'll see your boy, a lot younger, obviously. That was 7 years ago, I believe, right? Then, of course, I have, actually, I started with the Financial Health Traffic Report, right? Then Talking Money in the Morning Live. Then I have the Cortez Hustle Show. And then I also have the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. It is this type of content, this showing up on a regular and consistent basis, delivering value before I ask for anything, that has allowed me to explode all of my businesses. I came out of the network marketing world where, if you know anything about network marketing, that is one of the hardest business industries to survive and thrive in. And because of podcasting, because of producing daily content that lives on the internet, that attracts people to me, that grows my brand, I was able to recruit over 450 people into these various opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. And 95% of those people came to me. I didn't have to chase friends and family. They saw what I was doing and what the brand looked like. They listened to the podcast. They heard my heart and they wanted to partner with me, right? The same can be true for you today, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to help you understand, first and foremost, why podcasting. So I found this article on appypie.com. I put the link in the show notes in the comments. I'm going to butcher this name, but it is by Binav Girdar, right? ABHINAV GIRDAH. So the link is in there, so you guys can go check him out and follow him if you want to. But he breaks down 10 reasons why you should have a podcast. He also breaks down a lot of statistics around that. So we're going to get into that because there's a lot of information I want to cover in this one episode. I don't want to do a two-parter, right, in this one episode. So let's talk about why your small business needs a podcast. No matter what business you're in, competition is always there. Maybe your products or services are superior and cost effective to other options available in the market, but people will not buy from you until they recognize you. That's the know, like, and trust factor, right? It means having the best offer will not help you increase your bottom line. So rather than focusing on deals and offers, you should consider something new and effective in your marketing strategy, i.e., podcasting. You have to find a way to get people to know you, right? You've got to find a way to position yourself to be found by people who are already looking for what you have to offer. There are multiple digital marketing strategies that can help you seize online growth opportunities for your business. Among various digital marketing strategies, content marketing strategy is one of the most effective ones to market the presence of your business over the web. A well-researched and thoroughly written content can help you reach your target audience. This tactic gives your business maximum exposure at little to no cost, while other digital marketing methods like PPC, search engine optimization, affiliate marketing, email marketing, etc., can get quite expensive. So he shared with us, right, some great statistics. We're talking why you should consider podcasting right now. Listen at some of these statistics, ladies and gentlemen. How long do people listen to podcasts? 44% of people listen to most of the podcasts. 42% of people listen to the entire podcast. 11% listen to less than half the podcast, and 3% listen to just the beginning, right? Are you starting to see how you can penetrate the market, right? Who's listening to a podcast when it comes to small business? Listen, small business owners are listening to podcasts at a rate of 39%. 65% of small business owners listen to podcasts weekly. Business owners with 100 to 500 employees are tuning in at a rate of 70 to 72%. So if you are in the B2B space specifically, you certainly should be podcasting on a regular and consistent basis because business owners are listening. If business owners are your target, then you absolutely should be listening to a podcast. And guess what? Every business owner is a customer. So that means no matter what your business is, whether you B2B or B2C, you should be podcasting, right? Because every business owner is a customer, right? How does that translate into actual sales? So increase in consumer purchasing intent after listening to podcasts by genre. In the comedy world, when people listen to comedy-based podcasts, 7.3% of them will go and take a buying action, maybe buy a ticket to a show or something like that, right? In social and culture, 9.2% of people, when they listen to a podcast, they increase their buying intent, right? What about sports? When you listen to a sports podcast, your buying intent goes up 9.3%, meaning based on what you heard on that podcast, you're more ready, you're more eager to go out and make a purchase. News and politics, they have a greater effect, right? You listen to a political show, you get amped up, you get fired up about your favorite candidates, and you're ready to go take an action, donate to their campaign or something like that to the tune of a 12.8% increase. Watch this. When it comes to business, people who are listening to these podcasts, their buyer intent increases by 14%, right? I ain't done yet. I ain't done yet. Let's talk about some of the advantages of creating a podcast for your small business, and then we'll get into some 1-minute motivation. But let me run down some of these real quick, and we'll get into some of them in more detail in a second, right? But what are some of the advantages of starting a podcast? Doesn't matter if you are a small business owner, you have a brick and mortar, you have an online store or boutique, you're into e-commerce, you are a influencer, you are a social engineer, you got a message that you want to impact the world, you're a change maker, you're a coach, consultant. Doesn't matter what your business is. These are some of the benefits of a podcast, right? Loyal following. Releasing regular podcast episodes encourages a strong, loyal listenership. Passive consumption. Listeners can enjoy your podcast anywhere, even when they're driving, right? Content marketing variety. You can host your podcast on your website, a separate network, Facebook, and all of these different places you can show up online. Search saturation, right? Go search Cortez Hustle, right? And see how many different places and how many different ways I show up, right? Your podcast will show up in branded search results. Think about it. This right now is episode number 382 of the Cortez Hustle Show or something like that. So you see how market saturation is taking place every day. I publish a new podcast, right? And I'll be honest, I'm not even good with the SEO side of podcasting. I'm getting better, so I'm starting to rank higher and higher for different search terms, right? So search saturation, right? Brand visibility. Your brand appears in more places online, right? That's what we're talking about. The more episodes you put out there, the more people that you interview, they're going to start sharing your stuff on their platforms because you interviewed them. So you start showing up all over the place. Increase web traffic to your website. Listen to your podcast on networks lets you link back to your website. So 350 episodes, 380 plus episodes of the Cortez Hustle Show with a backlink from Spotify, from iTunes, from Amazon Music, from Google Podcasting. All of those backlinks come back to my website, giving me what they call link juice, right? It's phenomenal. And that ain't even the 10 main reasons that you should have a podcast as an entrepreneur, but we're going to get into those here in a second. But before we do that, all right, my friend, hopefully you enjoyed that short clip. If you did, do me a huge favor, click that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, share it with a business owner that you know that may be considering adding podcasting to their marketing strategy, because I promise you, it works like gangbusters. And by the way, if you already have a podcast, then drop the link to your podcast in the comments so that myself and others can go and follow you. If you do not have a podcast already, you're seriously considering adding one to help grow your small business, then we have a course for you called Modern Podcasting. And we have two options for you. We have it on demand where you can just watch it on your own, but we also have a live training component where we literally come in a small group and help hold your hand to getting everything done to get that podcast off the ground. Because I know sometimes the tech could be a little bit intimidating, but it's not that bad, man. They've literally made podcasting super, super easy with all of the different softwares that you can get. So if you're interested, check that out. And don't forget, if you want to see more videos in this series or more videos like this to help you with your marketing strategy, then you can click on this video right here. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking on this button right here. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.